Hello students, please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is dictation number 27 and 28 of the model speed dictation volume number 1 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, it appears as if self-sufficiency in food and green revolution is working as per reports by the government from time to time. If we see the increase as per the reports supplied by government of cereals, we find that in 1959 the average was 198 and by the end of March this year it is 200. The figures in respect of rice rose from 194 to 204 and in respect of wheat we have achieved 218 from 200. So, I would request the House to consider how far we have progressed towards self-sufficiency. Anyway, we are glad that we have stopped importing food grains. For the last 25 years, we were simply importing food grains and Pakistan was importing arms. The result was known to the entire country. We are proud that we have produced scientists in agricultural field, in agricultural engineering and in different subjects pertaining to agriculture. They are very talented research scientists, but it appears they are all fighting for existence. Their activities are limited in the research centers only. What about the real backbone of agriculture in rural areas? May I ask the question? We have not been able to distribute them in rural areas. On the 28th December 1968, at the time of Bihar appropriation demands, I had given certain suggestions about the location of agricultural colleges in our country. I believe not a single agricultural college is situated in rural areas. It remains in the sophisticated areas. So much so, sometimes the students go on strike for shower bath and stainless steel utensils in their hostels. We have to go to the rural areas and establish some colleges where these scientists will go and work for research. They could educate the students, educate the farmers' sons who would go and till their fathers' lands. We must have some provision in the constitution or some rules somewhere for implementing such work so that the agriculturists and agricultural graduates will to go villages and work in their father's land and develop their own land as well as they will work as advisors to their poor village farmers. They can be teachers in schools. We have got the research work and education at the higher stage. We have till now implemented nothing substantial at the secondary level and we have totally forgotten the basic education which came out of the mind of the father of the nation. It is because the bureaucratic machinery has totally ignored that type of education for our new generation. The result is that there is frustration in the minds of highly educated agricultural scientists, especially and they have been fighting among themselves for existence. I believe, as has already been told by some of my colleagues, that there may be frustration again after these educated agriculturists go to their villages. So, we will have to take certain decisions if we want to introduce mechanized farming. We will have to take a separate decision with regard to the lands which come under cultivation and different decisions for other lands. The farmers get very little or no facilities for soil testing. My suggestion is that there should be soil testing laboratory in each block headquarters so that the farmers can get instructions from the specialists very easily. I have already mentioned about ceilings. There are some places in the country where deforestation is going on rapidly, and the farmers are being instructed by the government machinery for growing forests in their highlands and wastelands. But I believe the authorities will take care to exclude the forests in the agricultural lands from the land ceiling laws. Another suggestion is about the fishing tanks. I am glad that West Bengal government has taken such a decision, and in Orissa also, which I believe is also a fishing state, the tanks will be outside the limit of ceiling. I now come to the activities of the Food Corporation of India. It has become a panic in the minds of the rural farmers. Then comes the problem of fertilizers. In agriculture, fertilizers play a very important role. As you know, Orissa is a rice producing state, and we have been fighting with the government and requesting for having a naphtha based fertilizer unit in Paradeep. At least the center agreed to have a naphtha based fertilizer unit in Paradeep, but the action is very slow, and for the last 4 years Odisha is paying crores of rupees for importing fertilizer at a very high cost, which becomes intolerable to the farmers. Then comes jute, which is one of the important crops of Odisha. In spite of the assurances of having a jute mill in Orissa, so that the cultivators will get better opportunities for their jute, no action has been taken, and we have to send the jute to the West Bengal for being manufactured. In this net, the cultivators lose heavily the price, as there are also certain shortcomings in the government departments and in certain sections. It is obvious that the price of sugar is going up and up. I believe every citizen of India will have to consider himself that he is suffering from diabetes and he should keep off sugar. And of course, there is the doctor's advice that after the age of 50, one must reduce the intake of sugar by 50%. Everybody here will feel that he has attained the age of 50 and give up sugar to that extent. Now, let me come to the scheme for small farmers. Such schemes are being thrust upon the people and the states. The schemes are prepared here but they vary from district to district. In some places, persons having 2 or 5 acres may be called small farmers, but in various areas, one has 10 acres, still he is small farmer.